Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, and esteemed colleagues, it is with a great pleasure and anticipation that I introduce to you our esteemed guest speaker for today's event. In the realm of the expertise and inspiration, we have the honor of welcoming an individual to encapsulate brilliance, knowledge, and unwavering passion for her field. With a resplendent background and an impressive repertoire, our guest speaker truly exemplifies excellence in her chosen domain. Allow me to introduce a visionary whose wisdom and expertise have transcended boundaries, captivating audiences internationally. In fact, she was an international research presenter during the International Multidisciplinary Research Conference on Education, Sciences, and Arts. She was selected by the ASEAN Director during the first international conference in cultural exchange held in Naga City. A scholar of American Hospitality Academy at World Skills Academy, a certified beauty queen. With a distinguished career that spans numerous accomplishments, this remarkable individual has become a beacon of inspiration, guiding countless individuals toward success. She is an is aspiring educational professional who is currently pursuing a Doctor of Philosophy in Educational Foundation. With a passion for English education, she completed her Master of Arts in English Education at Bicol University Graduate School. Her academic journey began with a Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in English, where she graduated with honors, earning the distinction of cum laude. Prior to her tertiary education, she excelled in her high school studies and a proud alumna of our school, Camalig National High School, formerly Ilawod National High School. Then, also receiving honors for her exceptional performance. Even in her formative years, she demonstrated her commitment to academic excellence. She completed her elementary education at Taladong Elementary School, where she likewise received honors for her outstanding achievements. At present, she is connected at Camarines National High School as English and Research Coordinator and a teacher. Her educational background, coupled with her dedication and passion for English education, positions her as a knowledgeable and enthusiastic individual in the field. Her pursuit of a higher degree in education reflects her desire to contribute to the improvement and development of educational foundations. Please join me in extending a warm and enthusiastic welcome to our esteemed guest speaker, a true luminary in her field whose presence will undoubtedly enrich our lives and leave an enduring impact. Ladies and gentlemen, please all rise for our guest speaker, none other than Madam Joy Ako Pola.
Thank you for those kind words, Sir Glenn. You may take your seat. Principal Dr. Roy L. Nipas, Assistant Principal Sir Glenn N. Nahe, Head Teachers, Department Heads, Teachers, non-teaching personnel, friends, parents, graduates. A joyful afternoon to one and all. I am here not wearing 6 to 8 inches heels like what I used to wear when I amplify voices for my advocacies during pageants. But I stand before you with gratitude and honor to give back to my alma mater and to inspire these eager young minds. I regard that as a crown more valuable than the glitz and glamour of pageantry. I came here not holding a bunch of manuscripts like what I used to do in graduate school, but I speak right in front of you to share inspiring stories of grit and hard work. I can truly say that my life is like a book where you are all part of every snippet. You hold significance in every chapter, and your influence thrives wherever life's journey takes me. Thank you for molding a learner like me, my dearest alma mater. Likewise, my profoundest gratitude goes to my amazing teachers who unleashed the best in me. You are an epitome of wisdom, and your transformative power has produced exemplary individuals. Thus, I am a proud alumna of this school. Communication is essential. So let me begin the sharing by giving you tips on how you can have a way with people. This idea guided me in my social interactions. As you tread the way to your dreams, you have to understand why people behave differently to have a wider perspective on why things happen. Working in a place away from home is challenging, but being socially adept has helped me survive the moments I thought I couldn't. Intellectual acuity and social adeptness are relevant skills we need to foster if we want to be successful in our chosen career. With these, we can embrace the fire in us to be more understanding and appreciative as we deal with people from different walks of life. Here's a familiar story that you may find amusing. According to Mark Gungor, a man's brain is composed of boxes. Boxes that do not touch. When he thinks, he pulls a box, gets what's in it, and returns the box very carefully, not to touch other boxes. That is how rational men are. Perhaps you can now figure out why men are less expressive than women. On the other hand, a woman's brain is like a big ball of wire where everything is connected to everything. It is like an internet superhighway where everything is linked. It is driven by the energy called emotion. Women have the capacity to connect past and present in a minute or so. Now, you can understand why your mother has endless sermons. Yes, you can relate to this, I know. So do I. Kidding aside, I mention this because when you realize the reasons how and why people behave, you become broad-minded. It will enable you to understand things in a mature way, which is a weapon you would need as you start your journey in college and as you traverse your way to greater heights. Interpersonal skill matters, but great strides start with a single step. I believe you can make it because you were prepared by this institution to win of pregnancy and delivery. But I also recognized how rewarding it is to raise a child. Your parents, whether they are here or not, are surely elated because you reached this far. If it's not too much to ask, could you please pose like a model? Can you do that right now? Pose like a model. And with poise and sweet smile, glance at your hard-working parents at the back. Can you glance at them? Take a look at them. And your teachers as well, your competent teachers, and give them your heart and do this. Go ahead. This is to show appreciation to them. Well done. That's great. I hope your parents and your teachers are smiling right now. And say, thank you for the love. Go ahead. Thank you so much. This is to show appreciation for their extraordinary contribution that led you here. Take note, the attitude of gratitude counts a lot. Are you feeling like K-pop star now with all those finger hearts? BTS? I am familiar with them because I am also a fan, not of K-pop, but of how God can turn things around. I believe, trust, and surrender. BTS. All my endeavors to Him, including today's speaking stint. When you believe, trust, and surrender, you'll have the courage to face whatever life brings due to the power of the Supreme Being who is with you always and in all ways. As you start to make a difference, please have strong faith and keep the attitude of gratitude. Let this heart you just joyfully gave the significant people in your life direct you to the path of success. Sharing with you my winning answer during my journey to Miss DepEd Bicolanda 2019, when I was asked, what can you do or what are the things that can help for you to reach last mile schools? I summed up my answer through this. Car will let us reach our destination as camaraderie, letter C, acceptance, A, R, respect, will enable us to reach our goals in reaching these last mile schools. Father Jerry Orbas once said that when we seek directions, we should have GPS, which stands for Good Works, Prayer, and Service. When we do this, we can conquer ourselves and our fears because we are heading to the right path. Let God be the fuel that would sustain us in accomplishing our mission. Life is not always a race. Please bear in mind that being empowered is not being ahead of others, but being ahead of yourself. That is my mantra. That is why I do not compete with others. Rather, I track my progress through competing with my own self. You are here for a reason. No matter how challenging the snare of the pandemic had been, you nailed it. You were indeed resilient. Just like David's quest to close the gap brought with a sudden twist of the educational landscape. Those online classes, draining Google or Zoom meetings, online exams, limited mobility because we were essentially locked down, modules, tons of reflections, name it. Those are parts and parcels of the roller coaster ride of learning. I have also experienced that because I took my PhD unit during the pandemic and we were exactly on the same page. The only difference is that I have a cute but naughty toddler running around the background during synchronous classes and my professor almost told him to resign. I'm just kidding, he's just only 2 years old then. My professor almost, noticed him, but my dad blessed with a talent in dancing, and I could remember I am always berated by the Kagandahang Flores trainer when I joined Miss Kaugma because it's just that I cannot dance the way other girls did. But it doesn't matter because after all, I am here to teach Matt to dance. But that was a worth sharing experience because I learned a lot from that experience. However, none of these coping mechanisms calmed me except writing journals. If there's one thing I'd like you to ponder, that is, writing could unleash the honest version of you without causing rifts. So feel free to pour your emotion on your diary. Believe me, writing will save you from a lot of trouble. Rather than lashing out to people and you end up overthinking what triggered your emotional gasket. Journal writing kept me sane. I know we all have different adaptations when we face the global crisis backlash. However, it all boils down to having a deep sense of value to our family more than ever. We also learned to extend a helping hand. We were transformed to be more loving and caring. We were resilient. Together, we did it. Give yourselves a pat on your shoulder for surviving the pandemic's hurdle. Go ahead. Thank you so much for cooperating. You have the power to decide who or what you will be. Remember that. Self-efficacy is being confident that you can do what you think you can with utmost courage. Recounting the days of my high school life, I could vividly remember how shy, timid, and moody I was. Here's the story behind that. My mom used to eat citrus when she was bearing me in her womb. That is why my face is usually as sour as citrus. I was almost convinced by such superstitious belief because when I was pregnant with my son, I always wanted to look at my husband's face. When my son came out, it's as if I'm not the mother. He looks exactly like his father. I almost blamed that citrus whenever I am moody and misunderstood before. But I did not blame my mom for always being annoyed with me when she was pregnant. For I look exactly like our younger sister. Hi Angel, if you're here. Seriously, we have the power to change if we decide to. Let us not limit our potential to what people say about us. Dear graduates, you know yourself more than anyone else. Reading, just like a diamond, is multifaceted. Each side of me has been transformed by the books, which shaped my beliefs and kindled the confidence when I lose it. It is my escape to the world's hustle and bustle. By the way, fun fact, I have bibliosmia. I just love the smell of good books. I read inspiring books because these give me lofty thoughts. Reading will take you to the realm of imagination and indulge you to the magic of life. I was transformed because I decided to help myself. I cannot forget when my classmate remarked that I was like a butterfly who metamorphosed into someone who walks the runway gracefully and joins sales confidently. That was uh, that was given to me by my classmate Jonathan. He said that I am like a butterfly who metamorphosed into someone like this who joined pageants. So these opened the threshold to the limelight where I was chosen to represent our department in Miss Bicol University College of Education almost a decade ago. And eventually I was encouraged to join Camalig 2012, Miss Kaugma 2017, Miss Bicolanja 2018, and Miss DepEd Bicolanja 2019. When I traveled to Hong Kong, which is the melting pot of the world 6 years ago, I saw life from different lenses. Such travel gave me a first-hand experience in interacting with people across races and genders. My introspection widened my viewpoint about diversity, that the world is indeed an oyster, truly fascinating. It just left me in awe how equitable opportunities for people there are provided, that even persons with disabilities can freely walk and cross the street alone. The blind could cross the road without fear of accidents because traffic lights include sounds that serve as guide for these visually impaired. The facilities are highly advanced and they can ride a lift or elevator with braille system engraved in it. Come to think of it, if we have such a big world, then opportunity that awaits us is bigger than we could imagine. There, I started to dream bigger and set high achievement motivation. Dear graduates, if fear holds you back, do not let this hinder you from exploring. You repel blessings if you entertain fear. As said, let our minds be like a garden where only good thoughts can enter. Establishing personal learning networks could also help you to overcome fears. Support systems matter. From then on, I started to grab opportunities by embracing diversity. I have a notebook where I list my prayers and yearly goals. Who would also believe that every New Year's Eve, our house is full of sticky notes where prayers are written specifically for every member of the family. That is how we manifest our goals, but not relying in our own capacity, but in God's powerful hands. That's why these are not goals but prayers. I work in a school with roughly around 12,000 students, and opportunities are rare due to 500 plus teachers. But when I am given an opportunity to improve my craft, I do not refuse. When I am chosen to serve in a committee where I usually welcome guests, I do my tasks well. Then, when international seminars are held, I do my best to assist the VIPs as part of the task. And blessed enough, I reaped the fruits of my hard work because that time I was selected as one of the ASEAN scholars. Dear graduates, please instill in your mind that fear is natural, but we can face it. Therefore, do not be afraid because successful people are fearless. They are invincible and unstoppable. My story may seem easy because they say when you have pleasing personality, you easily get things done. I have been rejected too. My life is like an iceberg where there's more underneath. I had a terrible pre-pandemic experience, which is worth sharing. This, I can say, is a perfect example of the verse, all things work together for good. That's from Romans chapter 8, verse 28. Whenever you feel down and can't exactly figure out what is happening, you'll soon realize that someday it is going to make sense. Prior to the COVID-19 pandemic, I conducted a study for my master's degree titled Internet-Based Communication Channels Used in English as an Instructional Material. I felt like giving up months before graduation. I was too tired, and my energy was entirely sapped because of endless problems. Perhaps you can relate because you also had your thesis, the writer's block, and the time pressure for my data gathering because it was already February. Yet I still have incomplete data. Imagine I'll be graduating March and February. I still have incomplete data. Private schools, for reasons that I do not know, would allow me to observe English classes, administer a survey, and conduct language says, your study is promising. Those words were really powerful. With that in mind, I tried traveling back to Naga from UST Hospital and wrote another letter to a private school there. God tested my faith, but He saved me. To my surprise, I got permission to gather data in such private school, which has all the things that I need to complete my study. All things work altogether for good indeed. In life, we grow through what we go through. Now, I think I am in my growth zone. So whenever I influence other people, because it is where I feel most alive. It is very fulfilling to contribute to the body of knowledge and present research in an international conference. During the International Multidisciplinary Research Conference on Education, Science, and Arts. My study was a pre-pandemic study, but it served benefits to struggling teachers and students during the pandemic because this research focused on internet-based communication channels which were widely used for synchronous and asynchronous classes or sessions. My heart was full because these online platforms were used in the instructional material or lesson exemplars that I made have helped students who were grappling with the challenges of the new normal situation. The trials I've been through were incomparable to the blessings I received. I feel glad knowing that in my own little way, I served as a ray of sunshine on a gloomy atmosphere brought by the unprecedented situation. There, I was able to leave heartprints more than footprints. We begin to surpass even the most insurmountable when we recognize that strength we have is not from us. We draw our strength from God. When we offer the things we do to Him, we start to make a difference no matter how small. Dear graduates, keep in mind that life is just a temporary assignment. There is no point in sweating the small stuff. Do the things that glorify the Lord and do not dwell on the negativities. Be true to yourself. It is when you wear masks that cover these stripes. Therefore, remain true to your principles and do what is right. When life hits hard, always keep in mind that just like storm, trials just pass. Such an attitude has saved me from pitfalls many times. As you turn a new leaf, create a formula for success. Mine is a combination of faith, emotional intelligence, and IQ. Faith moves mountains. It is an antidote to weakness and a cure to anxiety. Being emotionally intelligent has helped me bounce back quickly to life's setbacks and upsets. I always ensure that my emotional bank is full so that when things get harder, I will not be easily emotionally bankrupt. Managing emotions matters because, as Daniel Goleman said, intelligence can come to nothing if the emotions hold sway. When we become self-aware, we can easily manage ourselves. And when we are socially aware, we manage relationships better. Having emotional intelligence helps us forge genuine relationships too. Versatility in dealing with learning vicissitudes is indispensable. Learning how to learn will give you more spaces to conquer. I know you will make it. I believe this school has honed you well, like what it did to me. Let us be a beacon of light and a channel of grace to people people we meet. As you leave the portals of this school, I wish you nothing but success in your endeavors. You hold the key to your future, so always put your best foot forward. As Maya Angelou said, nothing can dim the light that shines through. As you that shines through and shines from within. As you embark on a whole new chapter, keep shining, eager young minds of today, because you are the hope of the future. Once again, congratulations, dear graduates. Kudos to everyone. Thank you very much.
Wow, our hearts are full indeed, right? So I'd like to point, by the way, thank you so much, ma'am. So I'd like to point some of the highlights of the speech. So, Mapulay said to remember these things. Communication is very important. Your interpersonal skills should be developed, and you should have the attitude of gratitude. Also remember the car. Okay, get your cars moving. It means camaraderie, acceptance, and respect to one another. And keep your GPS working as well. So GPS stands for good works, prayer, and service. So you have the power to decide what you can be and who you can be. Do not do things on your own and trust in God. Madam, please know that our hearts are full knowing that this institution has in one way or another become part of your success story. And to show our gratitude to you, may I request the presence of Sir Glenn and Madam Nasayaw and Ma'am Fulay and to award the certificate of commendation to our guest speaker. Allow me to read the citation. The citation reads, Department of Education, Camalig National High School in Awat Camalig, Albay, Certificate of Commendation is hereby awarded to Mary Joy J. Fulay, MA English Education, in grateful appreciation of her time and services as guest speaker during the 6th graduation ceremonies with the theme K-12 graduates molded through a resilient educational foundation held on July 11, 2023 at Camalig National High School, Ilawag, Camalig, Albay. Given this 11th day of July 2023 at Camalig National High School, Camalig, Albay. Signed, Roy L. Nipas, PhD, Principal. Honors. Once again, thank you to our commencement speaker, Ma'am Mary Joy Fulay.